Alrighty, so we're now on to 4-9, which is area problems. So we're still going to work with word problems, but these ones are you need to know how to find area of certain things, such as rectangles, circles, and squares. Keep in mind that sketches are usually very useful, and keep in mind that area is in square units, okay? So when the units are squared. That doesn't mean your answer is squared, your units are squared. So let's recall our area formulas. So area of a rectangle is, hopefully by now you know that it is length times width, okay? Area of a circle, you might not remember, it is pi r squared. So r is radius. Radius is squared times pi. And area of a square is really the side squared, which is literally the same as length times width, but the length and the width happen to be the exact same, okay? So we're going to go, it says a rectangle is 5 centimeters longer than it is wide. If its length and width are both increased by 3 centimeters, its area is increased by 60 centimeters squared. Find the dimensions of the original rectangle. So make sure you keep in mind you know what you're trying to find. But let's start sketching it out, okay? I always need to draw stuff. Okay, so we have a rectangle, and it says that a rectangle is 5 centimeters longer than it is wide. So if I say W is the width, then our length is W plus 5, okay? That's of the original rectangle. Now I'm going to draw. Now it says if the length and width are both increased by 3, so let's say I'm making it bigger, so now it's the size of this, it's this red rectangle, okay? It's drawn very poorly, I understand, okay? But now this is 3 more, and then this part right here is 3 more. So my new side lengths are W plus 3, because we added 3 to the width, and then we're adding 3 to this, so 5 plus 3 is 8, so we only have W plus 8. So the blue are the dimensions of the blue original rectangle, and the red are the dimensions of the new red rectangle. So that's our first draw. What we also are told is the area is increased by 60. So I'm going to set up an equation based off of area, because that's what I know. I know that the blue rectangle, which I'll even switch to blue, to find the area is W times W plus 5, okay? I know the area of my other one is W plus 8 times W plus 3, okay? Those are both my areas, and I know that in order to get the area is increased by 60. So I know that I need to add 60 to my original one for it to equal the new area of my red rectangle. So now I can solve for W now that I have an equation. Okay, so I'm going to distribute, so I'm going to have W squared plus 5W plus 60, because that stays the same, equals, gotta use FOIL, so W squared, and then that's gonna be W plus 3W plus 8W plus 24. Now I'm gonna combine like terms on this side, so I'm gonna have W squared plus 11W plus 24 equals W squared plus 5W plus 60. I'm going to go ahead and subtract W squared. I'm trying to combine everything together, but these actually cancel out, which is good. So you have 5W plus 60 equals 11W plus 24. I'm going to go ahead and move the W's on the other side just because they'll give me a positive number. So 60 equals 6W plus 24. And then I'm going to subtract 24. So that would give me, that would be 40 and 36. 36 equals 6W. Divide by 6. So W equals 6. Okay, this 6 represents W. And if we look back at our original drawing, W represents the width of our original blue rectangle. Okay, so it asks us for the dimensions of the original rectangle. Well, we know our original rectangle was the blue one, and it was W by W plus 5. So its width is now, we know W is 6, so it's 6 centimeters, and we know that if we add 5 to the width, we get our length, which would be 11 centimeters. There you have it. So we found our dimensions, because the dimensions are length and width. And if we wanted to find it of the new one, we could do that too, but didn't ask us. Next one. Bob made a rectangular fish pond surrounded by a brick walkway, which is 2 meters wide. He had enough bricks for the area of the walkway to be 76 meters squared. Find the dimensions of the pond if it is twice as long as it is wide. Okay, so drawing first. This is my rectangular pond, okay? And I know that the pond is twice as long as it is wide. So if this is W, then this has to be 2W, okay? Now I also know that I'm gonna have a brick walkway that's gonna go around the whole thing. And what I know about the brick walkway is that it's 2 meters wide everywhere. So this is 2, this is 2, that's 2, that's 2, but also this is 2, this is 2, this is 2, this is 2. So anywhere it's 2, okay? So we now know that if we take, well actually, okay, hold on. Let's actually write our length, or our width and our length. So we know that the blue is W, but we also know that we have to add 2 here and 2 here, and that will equal this whole length right here. So really, we have W plus 4 as our brick walkway width, because we had to have 2 plus W plus 2. Now this one we have 2 plus 2W plus 2, which will be 2W plus 4. So now we know the area, we know the length and width of the pond, and we know the length and the width of the brick walkway. So now we can, if you think about this, if we find the area of, I'm going to say red rectangle, and we subtract the area of blue rectangle, which happens to be the pond, that is going to equal the leftover, which happens to be this part all right in here. Okay, because if you start with it and you take away what's inside, you're left with that area, and that's what we want. We know that that equals 76. Okay, so we need to set up the area. So the area of the red rectangle is length times width. So I'm going to say 2W plus 4 times W plus 4. And then we're going to subtract the area of the blue rectangle, which is W times 2W. And that's going to equal 76, because we know that that's what the brick walkway area is. So now we just need to solve. So again, FOIL, so that's going to be 2W squared, and then that's going to be plus 8W plus 4W plus 16 minus, and then that's just going to be 2W squared equals 76. Lucky for us, those cancel out. We can combine those to be 12W plus 16 equals 76. Subtract the 16, so that gives us 12W equals 60. And so divide by 12, which gives us W equals 5. Now, we need to know, it says find the dimensions of the pond. So we know the pond is W by 2W, and we already found what W is. So we know that the pond is width is 5, and it was in meters. And then we know that its length is twice that, so 2 times 5 is 10 meters. There you have it, okay? Oopsies. So there you go. Draw pictures, no area equations, use your head. There we go.